Hope you guys enjoyed that. Was that epic or what? That is really, really cool. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That's part of the excitement of what is coming out, of course, and it's going to be so much fun, folks. And man, this is about a rocket. It is a really incredible part. Of course, the launch pad is an incredible part of AXION'S future. Now we're going to get into AXION'S vision for 2022 and the 5-year plan. And of course, we're going to go through that as in a summary form, and also give a bit of a review as we go through. We're also going to check out the original video, the source video from the AXION official YouTube team. You never know, we might have a few people jump on the live show. You just don't know. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is really, really, really a super exciting moment in terms of AXION'S history. Man, the AXION has innovated and innovated and innovated. I'm thinking about the venture capital auctions. I'm thinking about the accelerators, the colliders, much more. This team never finishes NFTs. This team is on the front cutting edge, I should say, of everything. And of course, this vision for 2022 is continuing on that trend, but not. This is at the next level. These guys are taking it to the next level with this stuff. We're going to check all that out. It is really, really epic. So if you're staking AXION, you are in the right place to be, because these guys are going to keep adding value on value on value through innovations, and it's going to be very, very fun to watch, including DeFi 3.0. It's going to be super good. So if you haven't picked up some AXION, make sure you do your investment due diligence. Get to axion.network, check out the website, and then the market price is very attractive to pick up a large holding and get staking, start getting prepared for earning all these benefits. It's going to be very, very exciting to see. So very, very cool. Let me know. Let's get into the chat first, then we're going to get into the presentation. Of course, we're going to get into that shortly. Let's go through the comments and see who's in the chat there. So a big welcome from me, of course. We've got Kim in the house. Hi, sir and all sirs. Good to see you, Kim. Nicholas says mind-blowing. Absolutely is mind-blowing what this team has put together. All the advisors, the marketing team, the moderators, everybody, really, really super duper good. Solix says 2022 will be an exciting year. It's going to be super fun for sure. And Nicholas says Legion is associated with Microsoft. Nice one, Nicholas. Very, very cool. Solix is waiting for the AXION token pending transaction. That's pretty hilarious. And of course, B's in the house. Let's get educated. Let's rock this DMV. Of course, if you're watching this after the live show, hit the comments in there. I will respond to all the comments for sure. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe. And of course, you want to join as a member of this channel, hit the join button for all the memberships that we've got there. Appreciate the support. All right, so let's jump into here, folks. We're going to swap this out and get into it. This is the 5-year master plan. Now, if you want to see the original website, of course, you can go to axion.network. So you can check out the website. The link is in the video description, axion.network. You have to just go to news and then updates, and you will see the latest and greatest with the latest news, of course, and extended vision for 2022. It's go time. This is what we're going to go over today. And of course, you can hit the read only. That will give you all the details there, plus the original source video on AXION official YouTube. Now, AXION Token obviously is a content creator for AXION, and of course supports the work that AXION officials does. There's other content creators like Crypto Casino out there as well, doing great stuff too. So this is the original video, of course, on YouTube. You can watch. It's an hour and 40 minutes long, but it has a lot more details than I'll be covering here. I'm really trying to do a good summary and a review from another viewpoint. So let's get into it, folks. It's going to be very, very cool. And we're going to start. Let me reset the presentation here. It's going to be good. All right, so here we are on the home page, and I'll just make sure that my audio is working just before I get started. So let's double check that. That sounds pretty good to me. So we're going to move on. And of course, here is the home page. So this is the first page here. We've got 2020, 2021. It's a really nice summary here. Community building in 2020. In 2020, the project was about building a project and a long-term DeFi vision. So DeFi means decentralized finance for some of you that may be new to crypto, and a community that believed in project sustainability to gain long-term returns long-term. Social media presence, Discord community building, and brand awareness. And that was very, very big in 2020. Then the second, of course, in 2021, last year, ecosystem building, which was a massive outlay. AXION focused on building a staking ecosystem with core drivers and continues to reward stakers for holding AXION. Axion launch, of course, Axion Accelerator, Axion Collider, utility NFTs, including NFT Galaxy Stakes, which has been pushed to 2022. And of course, prior to that, also had other products. So very, very cool. Now, of course, in 2022, this is where we are at the moment. And of course, this is super exciting period. We've got in 2022, Axion will focus on treasury building. I am super excited about treasury building. This is a rationalization. So if you think about, you have people buy, you have people sell. Well, the thing about the treasury, money goes into the treasury and it's then used rationally. And of course, there's no buying and selling in there. It's basically taking that big pool of funds, investing it, and of course, those returns going back to Axion stakers. This is so golden. This is just going to increase the amount of rewards amount of the reward pool that can go back. So making interest on the principal is golden, and of course, that kind of compounding effect can also be played out as well. So very exciting about seeing the treasury building coming into Axion in 2022. Very exciting. And revenue stream expansion activities. Obviously, to have a treasury, you need to be able to get revenue in there as well. And of course, Axion already has a couple of ways of doing that, but this is going to expand that majorly. This is awesome. This is exactly where I would like Axion to go, and I'm so stoked to see that the plan has got that. So very, very nice. It will increase revenue and support the ecosystem in order to continuously reward stakers who believe in this vision. And of course, if you're staked Axion, this is going to add value onto you. So you're earning Axion now, wrap Bitcoin dividends. You also get access to the launch pad. This is going to add on top of this new revenue streams, a treasury building facility with the interest that's going to be made off that by yield farming and other forms of yield generation. So it's a beautiful thing. The big pot of gold, as it were, so it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's a very good time to be Axion staker. And of course, this is a multi-year project. So this is not a pump and dump project. It's a multi-year project. And now, of course, the ecosystem is just expanding out dramatically with this plan for 2022, the 5-year master plan. Very exciting to see this. So we've got Axion launch, of course, which is going to be expanded. And of course, there's going to be some key changes in there, which I'll get to later because they're very important changes. So we're going to get to that later on. It's going to be cool to see that. Axion Studios. This is a new concept to Axion. So this is really going to blow your mind. And it's very exciting to see this as well. New revenue streams. We're going to talk about that later too. And of course, Axion DeFi, Decentralized Finance 3.0. And of course, Axion is going to be on the cutting edge of that. And of course, that's going to turn value back to Axion stakers. It really is very cool. There's also going to be more revenue streams to be announced. That's the hashtag. If you ever see any of these purple colors here or pink colors, that is the, I guess it's purple. That is still under development. So very, very cool. So that's 2022. We're going to get into all of that in detail as we go through. And of course, coming in 2023, we've got cross Web3 expansion. In 2023, we aim to focus on Web3 integration plans to include other protocols and DeFi features within the staking ecosystem. So this is really, really cool. And of course, making Axion a one-stop shop DeFi ecosystem. Very exciting. So multiple staking pools. Isn't that beautiful? Multiple yield farming pools. Love it. Staking insurance, folks. Woohoo! And lending. Wow. Lending is a big, big one as well. So some awesome stuff there, folks, coming up for 2023. Get staked, and just stick in there. It's going to be pretty awesome. Let me just jump back here. So we've got 2024, the adoption stage. So we've got expansion phase stage. That's net 2022-23, the expansion stage. And then the last one there, adoption stage 2024. So that's very exciting. The global adoption in 2024, we aim to focus on building Axion as a household powerhouse ecosystem for sustainable passive income portfolio growth. This includes getting ready for global adoption through usage of Axion as a currency. So that's huge, folks. Really, really exciting. And of course, just building strength to strength. So a diverse staking portfolio based on a risk reward model, which I've been wanting that too. So I love that. An index-based dividends. Very exciting to see that too. And of course, institutional investors love it. So huge, huge vision here, folks. And it's looking very exciting. So now we've gone over the overview of the 5-year master plan. We're going to get into the detail. But first of all, we've got a poll running up in the chat here. You can fill out the poll at the end of the live stream if you want to. But the question is, what do you like most with the Vision 2022 and a 5-year plan? So if you haven't heard anything about it, it's the first time now. maybe wait to the end of the live stream and then fill it in. But at the moment, we've got 6 votes in there already. And of course, we'll check on the results at the end of the live stream. So get in there too. Very excited. All right, so let's have a look at some of the comments before we move into the detail. Actified's in the house. The crypto revolution's on the way. It is looking good, Actified. Great to have a core team member in the chat too. Kim says wild. It is going to be wild, and whatever happens with Axion, I am stoked with the project for 15 years. I'm stuck with the project 15 years. Nice one, Solix, and hashtag 7 thumbs up, sir. Nice one. Solix says Axion Studio is my favorite project. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. We're going to get into that. All that's good stuff. So let's go, folks. Let's go to the next slide. Bam. Here, of course, here is that first short-term stuff. Treasury building in 2022 and staker rewards. I am super stoked about this. The potential for this is ginormous, folks. And of course, here we are. So let me just go back there. Features of the ecosystem will contribute to the treasury. Okay, so there's a range of features that are going to do that. And we're going to build up the treasury. So building up a giant big money bag, a war chest. And of course, it's not just a war chest. It's a focused one on creating more yield. And that more yield goes back to the stakers. It's very exciting to see that. Of course, there's also going to be external revenue sources also funneling that in as well, beyond the ecosystem features as well. So very, very cool. The treasury will be deployed to yield farming platforms to generate yields. Yes, I love this. This is just going to add so much value long term. It's so good. And of course, where does it go to? It's going to reward stakers. So if you're staked Axion, it's going to also help with over-the-counter pull. I've been wanting this feature for a while too, so this is very exciting. And the way the team has designed this is really brilliant. So I'm super stoked about this. And of course, further treasury building back on itself, making it grow by allocating it not just to stakers and over-the-counter pull, but also to the treasury building. Now, the over-the-counter pull, of course, is going to have a certain feature. If it's not used, then they can use that funds efficiently for that. So very exciting. Let's jump to the next one, folks. Bam. And of course, 2022 over-the-counter pull. This is the second feature. So we've got the treasury, we've got the OTC, and of course, various revenue streams that contributes to the OTC pool. And the OTC pool there is over-the-counter. Basically, it's a good way of people with very large holdings of Axion that want to sell out. They can go through the OTC desk rather than selling on SushiSwap and pushing the market down. So this is what best way it does. It takes the sell pressure off the market. So very, very cool. Now, one of the clever things, of course, coming up is, of course, which is already actually in place, but will be going to vote, is the sell tax or sell fee, as one might call it. So if you're an Axion holder, you want to got a large bag, you want to sell that, then you can sell it to the OTC to avoid the sell tax on that. So very, very cool. We're going to get into the sell tax coming up soon. That's already in play, and I'm going to show you that. I'm super excited about it. I actually think that it's a very modest tax fee, and I think it's very appropriate. It's a good level, and you'll see how they've designed it. I think it's a very, very good way of doing it. So on the OTC desk, of course, if somebody sells through there, they'll get a good price for that, market price. And of course, the tokens that will be sold through there will be burned. How is that possible? Because the revenue is being set aside to buy the tokens and burn them. This also impacts the share rate as well. It's a win-win, folks. A win for the price, a win for getting tokens off the market. It's a beautiful thing, and it's only part of the revenue allocation, and it just helps to facilitate those features. So it's brilliant stuff. Very, very cool. Let's jump over to the next one, of course. We've got, this is a big summary of what we're going to look at for 2022. We've got the review of existing products, AXION'S Accelerator and the Launchpad. And then number 2, we've got Axion Studios. And then number 3, DeFi. And of course, this is going to roll out through the year, depending on the quarter 2, 3, and 4 for the remaining of 2022. So a review of existing products, Accelerator to introduce higher buybacks and burns percentage, as well as taxes that will contribute to support the Axion deflationary model. Now, the buybacks and the taxes are already in play. These will be going to vote as well. Axion launch, of course, to increase Axion users, launch to bring new revenues and investors as well. So this is, we're going to be obviously trying to target about 2 a year, is my understanding. And of course, they're going to change the way projects come through the Launchpad, and those will help to get revenue to go into the treasury and all these other features. So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, folks. I understand they've already gone through about 10 projects. They also have to vet those and make them get a high enough standard to qualify. So it's very important that they do that. If they don't qualify the vetting, then they won't get pushed through to the launch pad. So there is a reasonably good standard for these projects actually becoming proposed investments opportunities. So very, very cool to see that. And when we get to the detail, you'll see how good the redesign is. It's something that I've wanted to see too, and so it's very exciting. So very, very cool. You guys, if you watch me doing the live streams over the last, I don't know how long it is, 18 months or whatever it is, you will know that I've talked about many of these features, and some of the innovations in here are brilliant. So very, very cool. All right, so we've got the studio there. We're going to also talk about the new revenue model, Axion Studios, and that's going to be exciting as well. And we're also going to talk about DeFi, new passive income model to be announced as well. So we're going to get into that. So let's just move forward on that as well. Remember, this is a summary and a review. If you want to watch the full video, now 40 minutes long, you can watch the official video and extended vision for 2022. It's time to go on the Axion official there. So there we are. All right, so this is phase one. So there are 3 phases of 2022. Tokenomics, the accelerator ratios. So the big changes here is at the moment, it's 55% is what gets. So when people invest through the accelerator, get all the bonuses when they stake. They 55% of the money they invest goes to the market and buys Axion off the market, and that gets burned 55%. So what they're going to do here is move that from 55 to 70%, and of course that is going to be a massive shift in the buyback. It's also expected to have, a pretty good support for the price of Axion as well. And this is in addition to the sell tax, right? The sell tax as well is going to also have a support to the Axion price, and of course increase the burn. The other thing, of course, the wrap Bitcoin dividends currently at 30%. That's looking to go down to 15%. And of course, that is going to be offset in the future. A little bit of delay with the other revenue streams and the treasury and everything else. So it's really, really, really good. Before, when we were changing the wrap Bitcoin dividends, there weren't any other revenue dividend type things in the play or treasury. So you can see this is going to offset all of that with a bit of time. So nice. The Axion Foundation will get 15%, of course, for running costs, marketing, and of course we need that as we build out the ecosystem. We need a well-funded team to innovate and to deliver. And also do the marketing. So very exciting to see that. So I think that's pretty cool. These are going to go to votes, by the way. I think there's 2 votes, as from what I understand it. There's going to be a vote around the tokenomics and a vote around the tax fee, the sell fee. I think the sell fee is already in play though, which is nice to see. And of course, that is now also paying dividends. So we're going to get into that too. Very exciting. So I like this a lot. Very, very cool. All the rest of the features are already established. They're all the same. All the stuff down the bottom here is already in place. That's not being changed. It's just this buyback and burn going from 55 to 70%, and the dividends wrap Bitcoin dividends going from 30 to 15. Obviously, as the price of Axion goes up and as new investors come in, then your absolute number of wrap Bitcoin dividends available will increase. So just take that into account. All right, cool. So as we say, the increase in buybacks will help to support an upward price of 27% and more money going to the liquidity pool. Very, very cool. And increase to deflationary measures, 20% more Axion being burned. So these are positive stuff, folks. Positive. All right, let's get on to the next one. We're going to go to the end of phase 1 here. Tokenomics sell tax is the second one here. Not only is the accelerator going to be changed with the increased burn, but also the sell tax is already in place, like I say, but these 2 will be going to vote, as I understand it. And of course, SushiSwap here, users sell Axion via the DEX on SushiSwap or decentralized exchange, and 5% sell tax in the contract. So as they sell it, if they sell a million Axion, then 5% of that, which is what, 50,000 Axion, will go as a sell tax. Now that will then be split up into 2 pools. 2.5% will go to distribution as to stakers. So if you stake with Axion, you're going to get 2.5%. This reduces the amount of liquidity leaving the pool, and it also gives stakers a new form of dividends, which is beautiful. And we're going to look at that because it's already in place. So we're going to check that out. And of course, let's do that now. Let's check it out now. So we're going to jump to the staking platform here. And you can already see that if you check your own account, if you're staking Axion, check your own account, you will see now not only do you have wrap Bitcoin dividends, but you have Axion in there as well. Woo-hoo-hoo! Automatic second dividend, and it also reduces the sell pressure as well as supporting the price. So very, very cool. So there's Axion there, and you'll see your Axion divs there and the US dollar value. Just remember that you have to have a certain amount of Axion for the value to show up, because it's only got 2 decimal places. If you've got less than one Axion, it's going to be, was it 4 zeros? So just remember that. The other thing, of course, they've got withdrawal for that at the moment, but they will have it so not only can you withdraw it at any time, just like you can with your Bitcoin dividends, but you will also be able to stake it. There'll be a button for staking it if you want to stake your Axion. So very, very cool. All right, so there we are, 2 dividends already. That's hit the ground running with Vision 2022. That's pretty cool. Straight out of the gate, bam, some dividends. It's very, very nice. And of course, all the tokenomics actually supports, as we say, the ecosystem. So very, very cool to see that. The other thing, of course, is 2.5% will instantly be burned, meaning that the supply is going down, the total supply going down, and that's very, very cool. And that, of course, that will never be seen again to be sold. So this reduces the amount of liquidity in the pool, and of course increases our deflationary measures as well. So win-win there. User gets wrapped ETH from the pool for 95% of their Axion, basically, when they sell the Axion. So very, very cool. I'm happy with that. And I think it's the appropriate level. I wouldn't want to see it too high, of course. 5% is kind of the Goldilocks zone for me for anything, whether it's a referral program, 5%, whether it's a sell fee, or self-tax or whatever. And when I say sell fee, it sounds like a selfie, doesn't it? But it's not. I'm saying sell fee. That's what I'm actually saying. All right, cool. That is the second one, of course. And then, of course, here it is. So you can see it actually here on the line here. This is just the same thing as me showing you this here. You can actually see that is what it is, and that's live. So you can go check the Axion portal, check your stakes, and of course, you'll see your Axion. You'll probably already earned some Axion there from things that have been sold. So very, very exciting to see that indeed. All right, so cool. That is the first phase, folks. We're going to get onto the second phase, but let's check the chat and see what's going on there. We've got Crypto Jack's in there. Lick that like and subscribe, says Crypto Jack. And Kim says even the SEC should look like this. I'm not quite sure what you're saying there, Kim. You might want to rephrase that one. B says if Bitcoin is becoming more scarce, will wrap Bitcoin be a viable long-term incentive for stakers? Yeah, well, there's a lot less wrap Bitcoin on the Polygon Matic blockchain. I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. I don't know how it's actually linked to the underlying token. But of course, typically it'd have to be a one-to-one backed. I'm actually not sure of how they're doing that trust, but there's not near as much wrap Bitcoin on Polygon as there is actual Bitcoin. Actify says Axion divs will be juicy. They will be juicy. Man, oh man, this is so good. But this is straight off the bat. So the team has launched this new vision, this 5-year plan, and of course, straight away you got Axion dividends straight away. Very exciting to see this, and that's more value back to you. Should do as BTC. It needs to take it off the market for wrapped. Yeah, that's right, Kim. I think I agree with you on that one. All right, cool. Let's jump over to the next phase. This is phase number 2. So we did phase 1. That's pretty much hit the ground running. And phase number 2 is in play. The Axion Discover Axion launch, which I think is pretty awesome. Let me just play the video again because it's so cool. But this time I'll keep my face on here. Let's go. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I thought that's just the sort of level of class and quality of production coming from the Axion team. Very, very, very cool. So I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to get back into the main section, of course. We're going to get onto phase 2 of 2022. So we're going through these section by section That's going to be pretty cool. Let's just get into a couple of these comments before I move on. What else we got here? We got, sorry, sir, drinking heavily. Hey, Kim, it's a time to celebrate. This is pretty awesome, this new vision for Axion. And, of course, more innovation, more value added to stakers. You know me, I love that. I've been going on about that for 18 months. And, man, oh, man, does this vision fill into that so good. Old whiskey, a bottle I found. Nice one there. Good old whiskey. And Crypto Casinos in the house. Hey, another content creator for Axion Token in the chat there. Morning and popped in for 5 minutes, traveled 100 miles to job. Well, enjoy yourself working today, CC. We'll catch up tomorrow. Maybe jump onto a live stream there with a few others, and we can talk about all this stuff tomorrow. But have a good day at work, and make sure you got your coffee with you. Kim says, very nice graphics. Yeah, beautiful graphics. Really good job. That smoke detail. Yeah, nice. Nicholas is in the house as well. Says, what if Axion begins sale on exchange related to tax? Yeah, well, that won't be you won't be able to tax that, will you, Nicholas? That'll be the case. So it might be an exception to the rule there. All right, let's jump over to good question, though. Good question. Maybe one for pulling an answer there. Very, very cool. Oh, let's jump over to the next slide. Here we are. So we're in the launch pad now. So this is obviously the other big thing that Axion does, not just the accelerator and, of course, the divs that are now there with Axion, but actually the Axion launch. And the team are looking to do at least around about 2 a month if the projects come in. You've got to have quality projects come in, so we'll be subject to that. But their target is kind of 2 a month, and it will just be subject to quality. But as, of course, the branding of Axion gets bigger and bigger and bigger, more and more projects will look to launch through Axion, and it's going to be pretty exciting to see that. Now, we've already had big ones like Vabble, Luxy, Warp, and stuff like that. It's very, very exciting. And of course, we're going to get into detail. Let's go. All right, so here we are, Axion Launch. The Axion Launch is a valuable part of our ecosystem. It brings unique new opportunities to our stakers, but most importantly, it increases Axion's exposure to new communities and brings in new investors. So a lot of people talk about exchanges bringing in new communities. Obviously, the Launchpad does that very effectively. So very cool to see that. Let me just go back here, actually jump forward. Marketing positioning of Axion Launch, crypto first, of course, integrated KYC or know your customer, and that's very important in Europe. Europe has KYC, is very important there, so that is good for investors in Europe, countries, European countries, I should say. It's also got pledging and vegging. So pledging meaning that you can actually invest into those. You say that I'm going to put this much money, of course, and then also vesting. Once you're successful and the project launch, you'll get your tokens given to you over a period of time, maybe 6 months or 9 months, something like that, or 3 months, depending on the vesting requirements. So very cool. Curated launch partners with long, solid fundamental projects, so that really they've checked, done a pre-screening of them, make sure they're up to scratch. And of course, currently the lowest cost of entry for Launchpad on Polygon. So a very special place there. Moving forwards, we will be focusing on it a lot more and aiming to get at least 1 to 2 launches per month, as I said. Very, very nice. There is a new page for website for projects to apply. So if you actually have a project, you're watching this and you want to look to get that launch through the Launchpad, try Axion Network, Axion Launch, apply for launch, so you can put your project through there. Very, very cool. Now, obviously, we've got Securitants, Vabble, Luxy, Warp, Legion, very good quality projects there. Some of them have short-term, medium, and long-term development processes, so they're very, very cool for long-term investors. Most Axion investors are long-term with the long-term of staking, so very cool. Let's jump over to the next one. Bam. Of course, this is originally launch partners paid. Now, this is very important because this is something I've wanted to change for a long time, and it looks like the team has moved on this. Very, very cool solution. Originally, launch partners paid by giving us an airdrop of tokens to distribute to our stakers. However, this is not sustainable, especially as we grow and have more people staking. Since Luxy and Legion, we are now charging I've gotten the wrong way there. We're now charge a fixed fee for our services. So this is the key change. We now charge a fixed fee for our services instead of an airdrop, which I like a lot, which brings in revenue to Axion, which will be used to grow the treasury. Woo-hoo-hoo! I love this. This is such a rationalization, and it benefits the community over the short, medium, and long term. Very, very cool. To set incentive. So basically, this is all getting reinvested into the ecosystem. It's not, some people get airdrops and they get their own thing. It's this actually will go back in, and we know that the full amount is going to be recommitted to expanding the ecosystem, not just a fraction of it by individuals. So very, very cool rationalization there. And of course, that's going to be really good for long term. This is going to grow the treasury to incentivize stakers and also contribute to development fund. Very, very nice. So we also need a development fund there too. So Axion Launch partners, Axion Launch collects a fee for the Launchpad services. Axion Launch activities are in play. And of course, a percentage of the fee goes to the treasury. A percentage of the fee goes to development funds, and some goes to diversified portfolios for Axion stakers. So that's all pretty cool. So we've obviously got Luxy and Legion. We've got some question marks about other ones coming up in the future. And of course, if we can definitely get up to 2 a month, could you imagine the amount of fees that will start to flow into there over time? You got to give it a little time to build up, but pretty cool. Obviously, Luxy and Legion have already given some funds, so they're kind of kicking those off. And of course, as the value of those goes up, the team could end up selling a bit of it down into maybe DAI tokens or something like that holds that value, and of course puts that into nice little yield farmings, build up the treasury, and that's what you want to do. You want to just keep building, more stuff going into it, and of course then investing that big stuff into platforms which make it even bigger. So that's a beautiful thing. And of course, man, this could end up being quite big over time. It could be quite exciting to see this play. All right, so nice on that. And of course, here it is, Axion's revenue streams. This is the next section, folks. So we've jumped over from the Launchpad. Now we've got new revenue streams with Axion Studios. This is very exciting to see. Of course, we know that we had 3 big things. Of course, we have the Launchpad, we've got the Axion Studios, and we've got the DeFi 3.0. That's the big 3 things coming up. And as the key targets for 2022 and in quarter 2, 3, and 4. So very, very cool. So Axion Studios Q2 here. We've got gaming as a booming industry, which is worth $180 billion. This number is expected to grow, and it's an opportunity for Axion to be a part of it. The future of gaming, of course, is pretty exciting too. So the future of gaming is combining both the freemium model with assets that can be purchased with in-game currency. And of course, that is attainable through gameplay, albeit at slower pace, and direct purchase of in-game currency to participate in the game economy. And we know that in-game purchases are really key. So there's a lot of free games out there, but once you get people into play and you've got in-game things that people have to purchase, that's when you really make the money. So it's a really, really cool. So this is known as a play-to-earn model. In-game currency will now be an in-game cryptocurrency which can be earned through playing the game or buying off the blockchain market. Nice. In-game avatars and users' profiles will now be converted to an NFT, which allows aesthetics incorporated in the game profile. So basically, you can take fiat money in, you give them the in-game token, they play the game as designed, and of course, you've got that fiat currency now, haven't you? So very, very cool to see that. New revenue streams, Axion Studios. Of course, what is Axion Studios? Axion Studios is a new arm of Axion that focuses on generating revenues through developing and partnering with a collection of AAA quality games. This is the top ones. It will be operated by a company created a handle payment of fiat. So nice. So it will be operated by a company and created to handle a payment of fiat currency. So very, very good. How does Axion benefit from this? The revenues earned from the games will contribute to the growth of Axion as a project and also as a source of revenue to reward Axion stakers. Woo-hoo-hoo! I love it. I love it a lot. All right. So by launching Axion Studios, the Axion ecosystem now will have a secondary stream of revenue that will support the tokenomics of the project. There will also be utility opportunities for Axion NFTs within the games as well. So obviously the NFT technology that the team's developed and the innovation around that space, especially the very high quality movie standard of those NFTs, will be able to play into this as well. So very exciting. What are the revenue streams of Axion Studios? Sale of in-game currency, and this is huge. Advertising space, of course, advertising within the game, make money, and of course, partnership marketing opportunities. This really is very, very cool. How do we fund these games? We will be launching NFT sales that will have the utility within the game through the Axion launch, okay? So we'll be launching NFT sales that will have utility within the game through the Axion launch. Proceeds of the NFT sales will be used for game development, marketing, in-game promotion, and treasury building. So very, very nice. You can see the revenue share model here. Axion buybacks 25%, treasury building 20%, dividends 20%, development fund 10%, and OTC over the desk there, over the counter desk there, Axion 25%. So a very nice allocation here, and very exciting to see this. So it's a really, really cool entering this. CC says tomorrow if 8 a.m. mate, I'll jump on live. Nice one, CC. Catch up later. All boom time. Yeah, it's absolutely awesome, CC. Catch you later. All right, so that's very exciting to see. And of course, here it is, the first game proposal. Woohoo! First game proposal already. Think about Q3 here, 2022. Immortal Empires What is Immortal Empires? It's a global overworld domination game where players compete in mythological-based warfare and world building. This is the sort of game I would play, to be honest. So this is very, very cool. Players create and collect resources, build defenses, and forge alliances to create the ultimate supernatural war machine to reign supreme forever. Immortal Thrones will be available on both PC and mobile. This is definitely the sort of game I would play, and I could easily see myself spending in-game on this. Is this a cryptocurrency-based game? Well, crypto game is booming. Immortal Empires is a hybrid game that keeps the traditional framework of modern games while having an NFT utility in the game. The game will have its own virtual currency, which users can use fiat mode of payment, such as credit cards, to make a purchase. Very, very cool. So if you've played any number of games online, this is a very common way. And, of course, great to see us entering that. Now, understand that the team has already interacted with several game developers. I think maybe something about half a dozen. So this is actually progressing already. And, of course, will probably take, say, 6 months to get up. But this is huge, folks. Very exciting. All right, so this is the next one, of course. First game proposal, Immortal Empires. Will Axion token be used in the game? We've got that. Actually, did I cover that first one there? Yeah, I did. So in this particular game, we will not be using Axion in the game, as we do not want to further inflate the Axion token and want to focus on maximum reach to both crypto and non-crypto game base. Our objective for this game is to promote revenue growth that will serve to support Axion as a secondary source of revenue. However, we can use liquid staked Axion to exchange for gems. So that's pretty cool as well. How long will the development of this game take? We are now in talks with several game development companies, and most state of conservative projection between 6 to 8 months for full product rollout. So games actually can be pushed out fairly quickly, and it's good to see this as well. There is a bit of a game impression here. It looks pretty funky to me. I think that looks pretty quality. So excited about this, folks. Really am excited about this. So here is the final but about the revenue. Plan revenue stream, of course. Buy gems through the game app or website. So this might be an example here. Then, of course, you buy gems directly in the game. Buy gems with a bonus after watching, carrying out marketing activities for Axion. Little promo there. And, of course, then you got Axion Studios there. You got fiat to crypto. Very nice. And, of course, you just scroll over there. Fiat to crypto there. And, of course, that will go into be distributed into the Gnosis wallets, of course, ODC pool for buy, back, and burn, treasury building, Bitcoin divs, and development fund. Very nice. Let's go to the next one. Obviously, coming out the other side here, users will be able to sell their stake NFTs and liquid Axion to the OTC pool to avoid sell tax. If no active wallets will buy back and burn Axion, taking Axion to the market. Treasury building, the wallet will keep funds until required for yield farming, and a Bitcoin divs wallet will buy BTC dividends. It goes back to you, the staker, and of course, development fund will keep funds for expenses. Very, very nice. So potential revenue for Axion Studios will contribute to building an OTC pool and supporting other features. I love it. This is super good, folks. Very, very cool. All right, let's go to the next one. And of course, this is where we're up to now. So this is the third thing. So we've talked about the first one was the Launchpad, and the second one we've talked about is the studio, the game studio, and of course the third one here, DeFi 3.0. So there's a few principles here just to give you an idea of what DeFi 3.0 means. We've got cross-chain treasury building that continuously grows through features of the ecosystem and constant yield farming. We've got leverage buy and sell taxes to contribute to the ecosystem Axion stakers, which is already in play. And we've got reward Axion stakers with new dividends from multiple streams as a core component. So that's coming up as well. And we've got establishing max supply of the Axion token. So this is a very important part here. So establishing a max supply of the Axion token. So this is very important. Stakers will continue to reap a reward of Axion interest until fixed supply is met. So that's very, very cool. We'll probably hear more about that later. Continuous burn of tokens to add on the hyper-deflationary measures of Axion. So these are super, super good principles there. And, of course, transition to DeFi 3.0 under team review, execution for DEX trades. So basically, investors will buy Axion through SushiSwap. They will go through the buy there. There'll be an OTC pool going to OTC. A percentage will go to the treasury. I love this. This is really, really cool. And, of course, a percentage goes to dividends, Bitcoin dividends there. Axion stakers can sell through the OTC if they want, or they can sell and get a 5% burn through this way. So if they want to sell out, of course, if they're buying, they're going through these measures. And, of course, what we've got here with the treasury, they will be able to will invest in yield farming. here. And of course, 50% yields distributed to stakers quarterly, leaving principal amount untouched. So that's pretty cool, 50% of the money. And of course, 50% of the yield will be reinvested back into the treasury quarterly. This is a big quarterly lump sum payments, folks. It sounds pretty good. I'm not sure exactly how they're going to do that, whether that's just going to be distributed to immediately, which I think it is. And of course, that would be awesome, big payments to you. Very exciting, man. That's so good to see that play out. What have we got here? It's still under development stage. I don't see anything that's particularly under development. So exact percentage allocation will be announced at a later stage. Just take that into account. But this is the basic structure here. And man, pump your bags as a staker. That's pretty nice. All right, so looking good there, folks. This is the second slide, of course. This is the first one here. We're going to the second slide, execution for the accelerator. So this one here is for the DEX trades. If you on SushiSwap, this one here is for the accelerator. And of course, is still under team review here. So there may be some changes, but the investor buys Axion through the accelerator. That's where you get more bonuses. So you get more Axion typically than you do buying a SushiSwap with the accelerator bonuses. You'll buy, of course, Axion. Percentage goes to the treasury. Percentage will go to the buyback and burn percentage. But what happened there? I'm not sure what happened there. Percentage goes to development fund, and a percentage goes to Bitcoin. So they're going to split them up 4 ways if you buy through accelerator. This is in the future under DeFi 3.0. So that's pretty cool. So treasury, buybacks, development fund, and Bitcoin dividends. So a little bit different there with the treasury there. So got that added on the treasury. And of course, the treasury there will basically invest it in yield farming, and then quarterly, 50% of that profit will go back to the treasury to build it up. So it gets bigger and bigger over time. See what I mean? It gets bigger every quarter. It's going to get bigger, 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 bigger. And of course, a couple of years down the track, it could be potentially ginormous, especially with all the other revenue and stuff going into it. 50% of the yield will be distributed to stakers quarterly, leaving principal amount untouched. Very, very cool. So that's a really nice big lump sum payments to stakers. That's going to be pretty exciting. All right, let's get into this final one. Of course, this is the final one. So you say all this is coming in 2022. What is the time frame? Well, we've got the phase 1 accelerator and Axion launch is already in play this quarter. And of course, will be completed by phase 1 of Q1. So that's end of March. And of course, we've already got a few of these features in place. We've got the sell taxes. Now the buy there, I think means buyback through the accelerator, not buy taxes. So it's a buyback there, and then of course the sell taxes. That's also true for the poll that I've got up there at the moment. The second thing, of course, is changes to the accelerator allocation, and I'm not sure if that's actually been put in place. I'm not sure if anyone knows in the chat there. Maybe someone from the team knows if that's been put in place yet or not. But they're definitely going for votes. These two things up the top here, and then outreach for Axion launch. That's going to be kicking up, and of course Axion launch partners. So that's going to be building up too. That's pretty much hit the ground running. Then the start of Q2, so that's will be April, May, June of this year. We will begin to implement Axion Studios and start working with game development companies on our first game. Now, obviously, preliminary work's already started. It seems like they've got 6 to 8 game companies already they've approached with stuff like that. So very, very cool. They start to work on game development company for our first game. Game production will take roughly 6 to 8 months. So very nice. Phase 2 launch of Axion Studios. So that's very exciting to see it play out. And of course, phase 3, which is still in purple here, so still in development phase, is transition to DeFi 3.0. This is all inside 2022. Remember, this is starting at Q3 here. So that's, what's that, mate? July, August, September. We will propose to the community the transition to DeFi 3.0. This will include proposal for yield farming for the treasury as well as OTC pool. And if we remember what that is this one here, right? So that's a percentage will go to the treasury from the current tokenomics at the moment. It's just buyback and burn will move to 70%. This will move to 70%. So under DeFi 3, that's going to be a little different with the treasury included for the accelerator. So nice. All right, so that's cool there. And let's move on to this one. This is the final summary. Very cool. But before we get into this, let's check out the comments here. We've got Mick Marty's in the house, another core team member of Axion. Nice. Hey, guys. Hey, I'm right on time. It's my slide. Cool. Cool. Hey, nice one, Marty. Very, very cool timing. I think I've just passed this slide, though, haven't I? But they're very cool slides. I love these slides here. These ones here are beautiful. They're so easy to follow. Very, very cool. Nice one. So here's the summary, folks, of the strategy for 2022. And, of course, we're going to jump back to the beginning. But this is because we've got 2023 and 24 just to cover one more time. But building a long-term staking ecosystem. New task force formed. Now, if you want to watch about the task force, then you've got to watch the original video. It's at the end of the official video. So you need to go watch that. I have not covered that in this video. 5-year Grand Master Plan. We've gone through that in summary. The tokenomic changes are the big thing, of course. So we've got a poll at the moment. So get into the poll. We've got 10 votes. That's very nice. If you haven't voted, get onto the vote now because we've got tokenomic changes, which are at the top there. Buybacks increase. So when I've got buy and sell tax, I just mean buybacks, not a buy tax. It's just a sell tax. So buybacks is what I meant to write there. Just forgot the word backs on there. So buybacks increased, of course. So moving from 55% and accelerated to 70%. And of course, sell tax is going to be 2.5% burn and 2.5% distributed. So that sell tax there is 5% in total. So whenever you're selling something on SushiSwap, you get a 5% sell tax on there. That's already been implemented. And of course, dividends have already been implemented as well. We can see that that's now part there. So check your staking portal. You've probably got some Axion dividends already in there at the moment. And of course, they're going to add on staking feature to that too. Very nice. Of course, the second big thing, of course, is a new revenue stream. So the Axion Launchpad, obviously ramping up and aiming to try and get up to 22 a month, 24 a year, depending on the quality of projects coming forth. The other second thing, of course, is I've gone too far now. Second thing, of course, is the Axion Studios game development. First game, Immortal Empires. That's definitely a game I would play. I love that sort of game, so that's going to be me. And of course, that's going to be a lot of fun too. And of course, in-game money, fiat to crypto conversion. Man, that could really flood through the treasury as well as benefit the original development. So that's looking pretty cool. Also include NFTs. Also, people also going to include Launchpad for NFT fundraising as well for the game development. So from an investment side and a return side, very exciting opportunity there. And of course, again, DeFi 3.0, increasing the treasury and other revenue streams is going to be really neat too. So looking good there, folks. New dividend models in play. So more dividends back to Axion stakers. So we've got Axion dividends, Rapid Coin divs, launch pads, and of course, new revenue streams on top of there, including DeFi 3.0 and treasury. Man, it's like a dream come true. It really, really is cool. Now, remember, Axion's a long-term staking project, and now all these value added's been added on top of each other. This is an awesome time to be in Axion for sure. Community program as well is coming into play. I haven't covered that, the community program, so I have not covered that, but that's going to be really powerful. And of course, if you want to see the community part of the program, definitely watch the full video there with the Axion official team. It's got a lot of the team members on there, maybe all of them, I'm not sure, but it's got a lot of them. Very, very cool. There's also, we've covered the treasury building and the OTC, the over the counter, which is typically for bigger whales or bigger sellers. And of course, there was a competition and NFT giveaway as well. So it's lots more than that. So very exciting, folks. At the moment, of course, let's make this reality. Let's go, of course, as it were. And of course, if we can get all this delivered, we can start ramping up the dividends. And of course, that starts ramping up the demand for Axion. And of course, that starts moving the price up. All kind of self-fulfills itself. And of course, we can get up to the all-time high. Here we are. We've got the price chart here. And of course, from the price here, you can see a 1x here, price at 4032. You can see how you can move up into price pumping here. Obviously, the all-time highs here sitting at 7,600 here, just above this number here. So 20x to 6,400. This is the way to go up in the price. So the team is targeting some pretty nice price pumpamentals there at the moment. So very, very cool. 100x, of course, take you to 0.3 of a penny. And that's where you'd get the market cap up at 270 million. Easily doable in crypto. And of course, with the treasury and the rest of it, it's going to be very exciting. Game, studio, DeFi 3.0, exciting future for Axion for sure. Very, very cool. All right, so we've got one more slide, I think. We've got one more slide. Yes, we have. Woohoo! So we talked about the strategy. We talked about strategy, of course, and all the new business stuff coming. But of course, you've got to get the word out. You got to tell the people out there everywhere, spread the word. And of course, this is the cool thing here. So there was a bit of a review of the marketing activities. And of course, this is the way it's going. So and the since May 2021, the marketing expenses for Axion has majorly been funded through proceeds from the accelerator instead of selling the Axion from the dev wallet. And of course, that's been very true. In fact, from the dev wallet, the teams ended up burning a lot of it as well. So it's very, very cool. So here is the observation. Programmable ads. Of course, Axion's used those a lot. Particularly has been, got huge numbers. But the difference between getting huge numbers, getting some brand recognition, and actually conversion into Axion Stake is two different things. So there is a healthy amount of new users visiting our website, but low conversion. So that was the issue to deal with the conversion. So the proposed action to deal with the conversion issue is reduce expenses on programmatic ads and ensure a holistic approach to including social media marketing, partnership marketing, as well as influencer marketing. So getting more direct marketing so you can get that person getting into the conversion line. Imagine a bit like a funnel. You push the person through the funnel. You're going to make sure that you get all those stages that you actually get the person into the as a staker. So cool. Editorials, of course, impact of these activities is low, other than during the period of chain migration. To time editorial marketing with new updates, milestones for the project, so they have a bigger impact when we've got big items coming out to market. Influencers, of course, this is very important. Impact of these activities is low, other than during the period of chain migration. To time influencer, so when we're talking about chain migration, talking about moving from Ethereum to Polygon. So we've been on Polygon for maybe 3.5, 4 months now. And of course, to time influencer marketing, was it that long? Maybe 5 months even. I don't know. To time influencer marketing with the new updates, milestones for the project. So that's very important. Then we've got social media, including Twitter and YouTube. Obviously, here we are, Axion Tokens on YouTube. Ongoing activities has allowed us to gain traction on social media. And so obviously, to proposed action to improve this is to introduce a leaderboard system to incentivize users to promote Axion on social media and various platforms. I think this is a wonderful, wonderful innovation, and look forward to this. I think this is good on many levels and could really get a constant promotion into Axion. So very excited to see that indeed. And of course, cross-project marketing partnerships. Have not explored cross-project marketing partnerships, so they're going to look at deploying resources to outreach to other projects for partnerships to getting that cross-project marketing. I think that's really cool. So really nice updates here. Very, very cool. So hats off to the team, to the whole Axion core team. What a huge effort to put all this stuff together. I've just got to read it, but they've actually put it all together. They've had to do all the thinking, all the strategizing. And of course, they've reached out to parts of the community, get feedback. They've listened to the community for the last, 12 months, or however long they've been listening, and have now incorporated a lot of that feedback as well. What a huge effort. So a big salute to the team. Well done. We also look forward to supporting you in the years ahead to execute this as well. So very, very exciting to see this. And what a bright future for Axion stakers. So it really is a good time. The Axion price is very attractive. You can pick up a lot of Axion and get a nice staking position. Obviously, do your investment due diligence. We've just gone through a big part of the strategy stuff and marketing as well. But man, is it exciting for sure. So yeah, very, very cool. All right, so let's get into some of the comments here. We've got Actified in there with some stuff there. Actified says, and marketing will be more aggressive than ever now. Says Actified. Yeah, it's going to be very, very cool. It's nice to see Actified in the house there from the team, pushing. Yeah, I like it a lot. So very, very cool. I can really sense an increased momentum straight out of the gate from this year, just increasing momentum. I just want to also, we had Pullen for last year from the core team giving us those modeling. I really do appreciate the modeling that the team does around this with the burn, with the inflation. It really does help to support a lot of decision making. And really, really cool. Obviously, when you're modeling, you can't always perfectly determine what people's behavior is going to be. And yeah, hopefully, if you've seen a lot of this stuff, spread it around to all the people that you know that are in an Axion, and of course, spread it around to new people. Say, hey, look at what the Axion's doing with studios, with the launch pad, with the staking, with the dividends, with the treasury, with the marketing, all that good stuff, and spread the word around. It really is an exciting time for Axion, and man, it's just going to get better this year. Very, very exciting to see that. So that's cool. Let us go back to the very beginning. Let me just go back to the very beginning here, to the first slide, because I wanted just to point out the next year. So this is just 2022. We've primarily been just talking about all the awesome stuff in 2022. The Axion launch, the studio, the DeFi 3.0, and some other avenues of revenue as well being developed. But next year, 2023, has also got cross Web 3 expansion and 2024 global adoption. So some extremely exciting things in 23 and 24 as well. What a great time to get into Axion. It really is awesome. All right, I hope you've enjoyed that. That is a full coverage. I think I've gone through everything I was going to do. At the moment, Axion, of course, if you see the price, is very attractive to get into. And, of course, we've had some nice little pump lately in the price, and we're up to 3,021. So really, you can pick up quite a good amount of Axion at the moment. I think it's about 94 per Ethereum is about 94 million. That's through the accelerator. That's even higher with all the bonuses. So very, very exciting. And of course, you can see that some of the markets responded to the excitement around the strategy. I imagine this is going to just continue to build momentum into the future. But what a great time to become an investor in Axion. To be able to pick up so much of it and, of course, stake that for a decent period of time. You're going to earn Axion, of course, 8% per year, wrap Bitcoin dividends on top of that, access to launch pads, and, of course, the Treasury DAO coming up, the game studios, all the dividends and revenues from that. It's going to be awesome. And then DeFi 3.0, and that's just for this year. So super exciting, folks. Very, very cool. And, if you want to get into, of course, if you're new to Axion, get into Telegram and Discord and check out the website, of course, on Axion Official. So Axion website there is axion.network. So check that out. All the links in the video description. Axion.network if you want to check that out. Then, of course, get into Telegram and Discord. You will be able to have a lot of fun there for sure. And, of course, there's moderators there, 24/7 help. So it's very, very cool. All right, we're coming up on an hour, not far away. And Actified says pulling is our Axion compass. Absolutely true, Actified. Very, very true. Hey, let's finish up the poll here. We've got 10 votes there. We're going to end that up. And, of course, I'll end up pasting that into the Axion chat after the live show. But we're going to do the poll here, just closing it now. And we'll get into that. Then I've got a final video for you, folks. Final video. So what do you like the most with Vision 2022 and the 5-year plan? We've got 40% says new revenue studio launch in DeFi 3. 30% says tokenomic changes, buybacks, and the sell tax. And, of course, that's pretty much taking effect immediately. The next one, of course, we've got new dividends, 20%. And then finally, Treasury, ODC, and marketing, 10%. So nice one. Very, very cool. Now, Solix is in the house, says, great video, mate. I appreciate that. And, of course, Actify says, thanks, Actank, you rock, as usual. I appreciate that. Hey, let's play it out. We're going to play out this last video on the way out, folks. Here we go. I'm going to get rid of myself. Let's go. I'm going to put it on here. Let's go. Bam.